My dear brothers and sisters, as the days of another year come to an end and a new Islamic year stands at our doorstep, many of us find ourselves looking back at everything that has happened. Some memories bring happiness, while others remind us of pain, mistakes, disappointments, and challenges that tested our patience. Time has moved quickly. The moments we once thought would last forever have already become part of our history. The people we met, the opportunities we received, the prayers we made, and the choices we took are now written in the record of our lives. The arrival of the Islamic New Year is not simply a change of dates on a calendar. It is a powerful reminder that our journey in this world is moving forward with every passing day. Each year that passes brings us closer to meeting Allah. Every sunrise and sunset is a sign that our time is limited and valuable. This realization should inspire us to reflect deeply on how we have spent the blessings Allah has given us. Before this new year begins, there is an important question every believer should ask. If Allah were to judge me today, would I be pleased with the way I spent my last year? Did I grow closer to Him, or did I become distracted by worldly pursuits? Did I increase in gratitude, kindness, patience, and worship, or did I allow my weaknesses to control me? These are not questions meant to make us hopeless. Rather, they are questions meant to awaken our hearts and encourage positive change. The beauty of Islam is that no matter how many mistakes we have made, Allah always leaves the door of repentance open. No matter how far a person may have drifted, the opportunity to return remains available. The new Islamic year is a reminder that Allah continues to give us chances. It is a sign of His mercy that we are still alive, still breathing, and still able to seek His forgiveness. There are many people who wished for one more opportunity to make things right, but their time has already ended. We have been given another chance, and that itself is a blessing that should never be taken for granted. As we prepare to enter this new chapter, let us approach it with hope, sincerity, and determination. Let us make a commitment to strengthen our relationship with Allah, improve our character, and fill our days with actions that will benefit us in this life and the next. Because the greatest success is not measured by wealth, status, or recognition. The greatest success is standing before Allah with a heart that sincerely tried to obey Him and earn His pleasure. Every Islamic New Year arrives with a message that is often overlooked. Many people see it as the beginning of another year, another page on the calendar, another reminder that time is moving forward. But for a believer, it carries a much deeper meaning. It is a gift from Allah, a precious opportunity to pause, reflect, and start again. It is a chance to leave behind sins, regrets, bad habits, and missed opportunities, and move forward with renewed faith, stronger purpose, and a heart that is more connected to Allah than before. When we look back at the year that has passed, we all find things we wish we had done differently. Perhaps there were moments when we delayed our prayers. Perhaps there were days when we became careless with our words and hurt others without realizing it. Maybe there were opportunities to help someone, but we were too busy with our own lives. Maybe there were promises we made to ourselves about becoming better Muslims, reading more Quran, making more dua, or avoiding certain sins. But somehow those goals remained unfinished. This is the reality of being human. We are not perfect, we make mistakes, we fall short, we become distracted. Yet Allah, in His infinite mercy, allows us to witness another Islamic New Year. This alone should fill our hearts with gratitude. Think about how many people were with us at the beginning of the previous year, but are no longer here today. Some had plans, dreams, and goals they hoped to achieve. Some thought they had plenty of time ahead of them. Yet Allah called them back before another year arrived. Their books of deeds have closed, and whatever they managed to send forward is what remains with them now. Meanwhile, Allah has allowed us to continue our journey. He has given us another chance to worship Him, seek His forgiveness, and earn rewards that can benefit us for eternity. The beauty of Islam is that it never traps a person in their past. No matter how many mistakes someone has made, Allah's mercy is always greater. Shaitan wants people to believe that they have gone too far, that their sins are too many, that change is impossible. But Allah teaches us something completely different. He teaches us that sincere repentance can wipe away years of mistakes. He teaches us that a person can transform their life by turning back to Him with honesty and humility. This is why the beginning of a new Islamic year should never be approached with despair. It should be approached with hope. Many people spend their lives carrying the weight of old regrets. They constantly think about what they should have done, what they could have done, and what they failed to do. While reflection is important, living in regret forever is not the way of a believer. Islam teaches us to learn from the past without becoming prisoners of it. If you made mistakes, seek forgiveness. If you hurt someone, try to make things right. If you neglected your relationship with Allah, start rebuilding it today. The fact that Allah has given you another year means that He has not closed the door on you. The Islamic New Year reminds us that every day is an opportunity for renewal. Sometimes people wait for a perfect moment to change. They say they will start praying regularly next month. They will begin reading Quran after they become less busy. They will stop a certain sin when life becomes easier. But the truth is that life will always be busy. There will always be challenges and distractions. The best time to return to Allah has always been now. One of the greatest blessings a believer can receive is a heart that constantly turns back to Allah. It is not about never making mistakes. It is about never giving up on seeking forgiveness. Even the most righteous people sought Allah's forgiveness regularly. They understood that spiritual growth is a lifelong journey. Every Islamic New Year is another reminder that this journey continues and that there is always room for improvement. As time passes, many things around us change. People change. Circumstances change. Wealth comes and goes. Health can improve or decline. Relationships begin and end. But one thing remains constant, our need for Allah. No matter how successful a person becomes, they still need His guidance. No matter how strong they appear, they still need His mercy. No matter how knowledgeable they become, they still need His wisdom. Entering a new Islamic year should strengthen our awareness of this reality. Sometimes Allah allows us to go through difficult experiences because He wants us to grow. The hardships of the past year may have been painful, but perhaps they taught us patience. The disappointments may have brought us closer to Allah. The struggles may have strengthened our faith in ways we do not yet fully understand. Looking back, we often realize that what seemed like a burden was actually a blessing in disguise. Allah's plan is always wiser than our own. As believers, we should also remember that our purpose in life is greater than chasing temporary achievements. Goals related to education, work, family, and finances are important, but they should never distract us from our ultimate destination. Every new year is a reminder that we are travelers in this world. We are not here forever. Our real home is not in this dunya. Our real success will be measured by our faith, our sincerity, and our relationship with Allah. Imagine entering this new Islamic year with a fresh mindset. Imagine deciding that this year you will guard your prayers more carefully. You will spend more time with the Quran. You will speak more kindly to others. You will forgive people for the sake of Allah. You will make more dua and place greater trust in His plans. Small changes may seem insignificant at first, but over time they transform lives. A few extra minutes of worship every day can create a stronger connection with Allah. A small act of kindness can become a source of immense reward. A sincere dua can change the course of a person's future. The Islamic New Year is not merely about marking time. It is about appreciating the gift of time itself. Every day we wake up is another opportunity to earn Allah's pleasure. Every prayer is an opportunity to reconnect with Him. Every act of charity is an opportunity to invest in our akhirah. Every moment of patience during hardship is an opportunity to rise in rank. These opportunities surround us constantly, but they require awareness and gratitude. As this new year approaches, it is worth remembering that Allah does not expect perfection from us. He expects sincerity. He expects effort. He expects us to keep returning to Him no matter how many times we stumble. The believer's journey is not defined by never falling. It is defined by always getting back up and continuing to move toward Allah with hope, trust, and determination. The fact that you have reached another Islamic New Year is itself a sign that Allah is still giving you opportunities to write a better chapter in your story, to strengthen your faith, to increase your good deeds, and to draw closer to Him than you have ever been before. The beginning of a new Islamic year is a special moment for every believer because it gives us an opportunity to pause and honestly look at ourselves. Life moves so quickly that many people rarely stop to reflect on where they are heading. Days become weeks, weeks become months, and before we realize it, another year has passed. During this journey, we experience moments of happiness, sadness, success, failure, hope, and disappointment. Yet among all these experiences, one question remains the most important. Have we moved closer to Allah or further away from Him? The believers who truly benefit from the arrival of a new Islamic year are those who do not simply celebrate the passing of time. Instead, they use it as an opportunity to reflect on their lives. Reflection is one of the greatest acts of wisdom because it allows a person to recognize their strengths, acknowledge their weaknesses, and identify the changes they need to make. Without reflection, years can pass while a person remains spiritually stagnant. They continue making the same mistakes, repeating the same habits, and missing the same opportunities for growth. When a sincere believer reflects on the past year, they do not only think about worldly achievements, they do not measure success solely by money earned, possessions acquired, or personal goals accomplished. They also examine the condition of their heart. They ask themselves difficult but necessary questions. How was my relationship with Allah this year? Did I protect my prayers? Did I increase my knowledge of Islam? Did I spend time with the Quran? Did I remember Allah during moments of ease as much as I remembered Him during hardship? Did I treat people with kindness and justice? Did I seek forgiveness regularly? These questions are powerful because they shift our attention from temporary matters to eternal ones. Many people become consumed by worldly concerns and forget that their ultimate purpose is to worship Allah and prepare for the hereafter. The Islamic New Year serves as a reminder that our time in this world is limited. Every year that passes is a year that will never return. Every day that ends becomes part of our history. Every moment is either recorded as a good deed, a missed opportunity, or a mistake that requires repentance. One of the greatest qualities of a believer is the ability to recognize their shortcomings without losing hope. Sometimes people avoid self-reflection because they fear what they will discover. They know there are areas of their life that need improvement. They know there are sins they have not abandoned or responsibilities they have neglected. Facing these realities can be uncomfortable. However, Islam teaches us that acknowledging our mistakes is the first step toward growth. The companions of the Prophet ﷺ were among the most righteous people to walk this earth. Yet they constantly evaluated themselves. They never assumed they had done enough. They remained humble and continued striving to improve. Their example teaches us that spiritual growth is a lifelong process. No matter how much knowledge we gain or how many good deeds we perform, there is always room to become better servants of Allah. An important part of reflecting on the past year is recognizing Allah's countless blessings. Sometimes people become so focused on what they lack that they forget what they already have. They think about the doors that remained closed and ignore the many doors that Allah opened for them. They focus on unanswered prayers while overlooking the blessings that arrived in ways they never expected. Reflection allows us to appreciate how Allah has cared for us throughout every stage of our lives. Perhaps there were moments during the past year when you felt lost, yet Allah guided you. Perhaps there were times when you were struggling, financially, emotionally, or spiritually, and Allah carried you through difficulties that seemed impossible to overcome. Maybe there were situations that did not go according to your plans, but later you realized that Allah was protecting you from something harmful. Looking back at these experiences strengthens faith and increases gratitude. Another essential aspect of beginning a new Islamic year is sincere repentance. Every human being sins. Every human being falls short. What distinguishes a believer is not the absence of mistakes, but the willingness to turn back to Allah. Repentance is one of the greatest gifts Allah has given us. It allows a person to cleanse their heart, renew their relationship with their Creator, and begin again. Many people underestimate the power of sincere repentance. They think their sins are too many or too serious. They allow guilt and shame to convince them that change is impossible. Yet Allah's mercy is greater than any sin. No matter what mistakes a person has made, the door of repentance remains open as long as they are alive. This should fill every believer with hope. The arrival of a new Islamic year is a perfect opportunity to seek forgiveness sincerely and make a firm intention to improve. Repentance is not simply about asking for forgiveness with our tongues. It involves genuine regret, a desire to change, and a commitment to avoid repeating the same mistakes. It requires effort and sincerity. It means taking practical steps to become a better Muslim. If someone has neglected prayer, they begin prioritizing it. If they have hurt others, they seek reconciliation. If they have become distant from the Quran, they reconnect with it. Every small step taken for the sake of Allah has immense value. The believers who enter a new Islamic year with true success are those who combine reflection with action. Reflection without action accomplishes little. A person may recognize their weaknesses, but unless they take steps to address them, nothing changes. Real growth occurs when awareness leads to transformation. This transformation does not require dramatic changes overnight. Sometimes the most meaningful improvements begin with small, consistent actions. Reading a few verses of Quran every day, making sincere dua after prayers, showing kindness to family members, helping someone in need, controlling anger, or remembering Allah more frequently can gradually reshape a person's life. Consistency is beloved to Allah because it reflects sincerity and commitment. The Islamic New Year reminds us that every new beginning carries an opportunity for renewal. It reminds us that Allah continues to provide chances for growth and improvement. It reminds us that our future is not defined by our past mistakes. What matters most is the direction we choose moving forward. A believer should never underestimate what Allah can do through a heart that is sincere, humble, and determined to seek His pleasure. As we enter another year, let us make the intention to become better servants of Allah than we were before. Let us strive to strengthen our faith, improve our character, increase our worship, and fill our days with actions that bring us closer to Him. Let us remember that every moment is a gift, and every day is an opportunity to earn rewards that will remain with us long after this world has passed away. If this reminder benefited you and inspired you to start the new Islamic year with a stronger connection to Allah, then support the channel by liking this video, sharing it with others, and subscribing for more Islamic reminders that strengthen faith, bring hope, and encourage positive change.